Welcome back to the channel. Next car lunch. What if Ford brings the legendary GT500 name back for 2027 with supercharged V8 power? But the real story isn't just horsepower. Today, we're looking at the expected 2027 Ford Mustang GT500 and asking the questions that actually matter. How much will it cost? How expensive will it be to fuel, insure, maintain, and own? And could this American muscle icon still make financial sense for buyers in the USA, Japan, and the Middle East? The first thing you need to know is that Ford has not officially confirmed the 2027 Mustang GT500 name or final specifications yet. But reports and industry speculation point toward a new ultra-high-performance Mustang positioned above the regular GT and potentially below the extreme Mustang GTD. That makes this one of the most interesting future American performance cars to watch. And if Ford does bring the GT500 back, expect the design to look much more aggressive than a normal Mustang. A wider body, larger air openings, serious brakes, performance wheels, a more aggressive rear section, and aerodynamic upgrades would all make sense for a car built to handle enormous power. Under the hood is where things become really exciting. The previous GT500 used a supercharged 5.2-liter V8 producing 760 horsepower, and speculation around the next-generation performance Mustang points toward another supercharged V8, potentially producing somewhere around 800 horsepower or more. These numbers are not officially confirmed, so think of them as expectations rather than final Ford specifications. Now let's talk about price, because this is where the GT500 could become very interesting. For the United States, I would estimate a starting price somewhere around $95,000 to $115,000 if Ford positions the car between the regular Mustang and the much more expensive GTD. With performance packages, carbon fiber parts, upgraded brakes, special wheels, and other options, the final price could easily move considerably higher. For Japan, import taxes, shipping, registration, and dealer costs could push the estimated price into the equivalent of roughly 15 to 20 million yen, depending on the final specifications and exchange rates. For Middle Eastern markets, including countries where high-performance American cars are popular, the estimated retail price could land around $110,000 to $140,000 or more after import costs and local taxes. Again, these are estimates because Ford has not released official global pricing. But here is the hidden cost most buyers forget: fuel. A supercharged V8 producing this kind of power is not designed to be a fuel-saving machine. Real-world fuel economy could easily fall into the mid-teens miles per gallon during normal mixed driving, and aggressive driving could push consumption even lower. On the highway, careful driving should give you better mileage. But nobody buys a GT500 expecting Prius-level fuel economy. There is also no confirmed hybrid or EV system expected for this type of Mustang. That means you should not expect hybrid fuel savings or electric-only driving. If saving money on fuel is your number one priority, a Mustang GT500 would not be the logical choice. But if you want extreme performance without stepping into a six-figure exotic European supercar, the value equation becomes much more interesting. Maintenance is another important factor. A high-performance V8 needs regular oil changes, premium fuel, quality tires, brake inspections, and careful servicing. Tires and brakes can become some of the biggest recurring expenses, especially if the car is driven aggressively. The good news is that Mustang parts support in America is one of the strongest advantages of this car. Ford has a huge dealer network, and Mustang has been part of American car culture for generations. That means finding service centers, replacement parts, performance parts, and experienced technicians should generally be easier than maintaining a low-volume exotic sports car. Insurance, however, is another story. Because of the expected horsepower, performance capability, replacement value, and higher risk profile, insurance could be significantly more expensive than a regular Mustang GT. Younger drivers could face especially high premiums. So before buying, get an insurance quote based on your age, location, driving history, and annual mileage. Now let's talk about everyday driving. In the city, the GT500 would obviously be more power than most drivers will ever need. Traffic lights, narrow streets, parking lots, and crowded downtown roads do not require hundreds of horsepower. But the Mustang platform gives you a familiar advantage. It is still a relatively manageable sports car compared with a huge performance vehicle. On American highways, this car should feel completely different. Strong acceleration makes merging easy, and the high-performance suspension, brakes, tires, and chassis should give the car excellent stability at highway speeds. For long-distance cruising, the biggest challenge may not be comfort, but resisting the temptation to use all that power. And what about load carrying and daily usability? This is not a pickup truck, so commercial hauling is obviously not its job. You cannot replace an F-150 with a GT500. But for a small business owner who wants one exciting personal vehicle that can also handle commuting, shopping, equipment bags, luggage, and weekend travel, the Mustang offers more practicality than a dedicated two-seat exotic. The rear seats are limited, but the trunk gives you useful space for everyday items. For overseas buyers in Japan and the Middle East, this can make the Mustang more practical than some exotic performance cars that are difficult to live with every day. Now let's compare it with one American competitor, the Chevrolet Corvette. The Corvette can deliver incredible performance and, depending on the version, can offer a very different driving experience. But the Mustang GT500 has one major advantage for buyers who want traditional American muscle: its identity. You get the aggressive Mustang shape, a front-engine V8 character, everyday road presence, and a massive performance community. From a cost-efficiency perspective, the Mustang can also be easier to service because of Ford's huge American dealer and parts network. That doesn't mean the GT500 will be cheap to own, but it could be less complicated than maintaining a rare exotic performance machine. Resale value is another interesting point. High-performance Mustangs can attract enthusiasts, and special versions with limited production or strong collector interest can hold value better than ordinary performance cars. However, depreciation is never guaranteed. A heavily modified car, a poorly maintained example, or a vehicle with accident history could lose value quickly. For long-term ownership, the smartest strategy would be simple: keep the car close to factory specification, maintain it properly, save every service record, avoid unnecessary modifications, and choose desirable options carefully. So, is the expected 2027 Ford Mustang GT500 a smart buy? If your priority is fuel economy, cheap insurance, low maintenance, or maximum cargo space, absolutely not. There are much more sensible vehicles for those jobs. But if you want an American performance icon, serious V8 power, strong parts availability, everyday road usability, and the potential to own something that enthusiasts will continue talking about for years, the GT500 could be one of the most exciting cars in its price range. The biggest question now is what Ford will actually call it, how much power it will make, and how much it will cost. Until Ford makes the final announcement, every horsepower number and price estimate should be treated carefully. But if the GT500 name returns with the kind of performance enthusiasts are expecting, Ford could once again have a muscle